Good morning. Thank you for tuning in to your daily Wallops weather briefing for Friday, November 8th. Seeing some mostly sunny skies and very cold temperatures out there today. Highs only expected to get into the mid-40s. We did see a little bit of rain last night with the cold front passage. Not really a whole lot of rain, though. Only saw about 0.05 of an inch here, and then Salisbury Airport only recorded a trace. And then we're going to continue to see these cold temperatures as we go throughout today and into tomorrow. Taking a look at our surface analysis, there's that cold front that passed us overnight, helping to usher in some of this colder, drier air. And we do have this high pressure building into the east coast, and that's tightened up that pressure gradient a bit, giving us some gusty northwesterly winds. We are currently under a wind advisory, and we will anticipate to remain under this wind advisory through at least the morning hours and perhaps into the early afternoon as well. But as we get into the mid to late afternoon hours, those winds should relax and becoming fairly light overnight, and that will help to drop those temperatures down into the sub-freezing across the entire Delmarva. Taking a look at our upper level winds, those northwesterly winds continuing up to about 3,000 feet, maxing out at 35 knots, then weakening a bit as they shift more westerly at 30 knots, increasing steadily all the way up to 100 knots at 25,000 feet, seeing a low freezing level this morning just above 2,000 feet. Let's take a look at our satellite here. You can see that large area of cloudiness associated with that front continuing to move east away from the mid-Atlantic. Here you can see a few streamers associated with that cold air that's streaming in as it streams over the warmer waters of the Delaware and Chesapeake Bay, helping to give us some of that cloudiness. And we're going to continue to see cloud cover pretty similar to what it is right now as we go throughout the day, as we get that dry, cold air continuing to move into the area. So for today, going to be expecting a high near 46 degrees as we go into the early afternoon hours. Winds are going to remain north-northwesterly, around 13 to 18 knots and gusty throughout the morning hours, and then weakening just a bit early this afternoon, becoming northerly at 6 to 11 knots by sunset, and then weakening down to 3 to 8 knots by the pre-dawn hours of Saturday. Also, with those light northerly winds and the mostly clear skies expected tonight, we're going to be seeing those temperatures drop into the mid-20s across portion of the Delmarva, expecting a low of 27 here at Wallops. So expect a very, very cold morning tomorrow with a widespread freeze. Taking a look at our terminal forecast, just seeing a few clouds near 4,500, few at 25,000. We are going to be seeing those lower level clouds diminish as we go into the late afternoon hour, just becoming a few at 25,000 feet, and then perhaps even scattered at times as we go into the overnight hours. By the pre-dawn hours of Saturday, just expecting a few at 18,000 feet and then a few at 15,000 feet developing by the mid-morning hours. Seeing tides normal out there along the Delmarva Atlantic coast this morning. Let's take a look at our long-range weather model here to see how our weather pattern is going to develop over the next several days. There's that front and high pressure building in as we go into tonight. This is running about 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. As you can see, that high pressure is pretty much going to be built right over the mid-Atlantic, helping to drop those temperatures down into the mid to upper 20s here along the Delmarva due to that good radiational cooling. Tomorrow we're going to continue to have that very cold air mass in place, so expect temperatures similar to today in the mid to perhaps upper 40s for tomorrow. Then as we go into Sunday, we're going to see that high pressure weaken a bit and shift a little bit towards the east. That'll help to start to mild out our temperatures very slowly. Expect a fairly seasonable day on Sunday with the light winds and those temperatures rebounding just a bit. On Monday, we're going to see another front start to approach the mid-Atlantic region from the east, and we're going to get some prefrontal southwesterly flow associated with that Monday. So that'll bring up our temperatures back into the lower 60s ahead of that front. So expect a much more milder day on Monday as we get some southwesterly flow ahead of that front. And then on Tuesday, we're going to get another very cold front passing the region with some scattered showers throughout the day. It looks like we're going to have our high temperature on Tuesday occur in the morning, as temperatures will be plummeting with that cold front passage as we get towards the afternoon hours of Tuesday. And then we're going to be seeing a very cold night on Tuesday with that cold air filtering in. Could even see a very, very brief switch over to some wintry mix as that front departs, depending on if we can get that cold air moving a little bit ahead before that rain gets completely shut off. But there is going to be some good upper level energy still creating the possibility to spark up a brief snow flurry behind the main front as we go into late Tuesday evening. Then as we go into Tuesday night and Wednesday morning, that's when we're going to see possibly the coldest morning of the season so far. Temperatures dipping down into the mid-20s, perhaps even the low 20s possible across some portion of the Delmarva. Also going to be a little bit breezy Wednesday morning, so expect those wind chills for Wednesday morning to dip down into the mid to upper teens. And then on Wednesday, with that cold air mass really settling the place with that high pressure to the north of the region, only expecting temperatures to max out into the upper 30s. So a very cool day on Wednesday, and then we'll start to see things moderate on Thursday ahead of a low that's expected to ride up along the coast towards the end of next week. So taking an overview of our 7-day forecast, partly cloudy and chilly for today and tomorrow, high of 46 for both days, widespread freezing temperatures tomorrow morning. On Sunday, we'll see those temperatures moderate a bit, becoming seasonable at 59 degrees, and then becoming back into the lower to mid 60s ahead of our next front on Monday. So expect a much more milder day Sunday and Monday. And then Tuesday we'll have our next cold front passing the area, bringing us some scattered showers and some breezy winds as well. That 50 degrees is going to actually happen in the morning time, and then 39 degrees, that'll happen in the early to mid-afternoon hours as the temperature drops. And then Wednesday we'll get that cold front should be east of us by then, and we're going to see those temperatures drop to around 26 degrees with those wind chills into the mid to upper teens with some breezy post-frontal conditions. Wednesday, as high pressure settles overhead with that very cold air mass, only expecting that high to get up into the upper 30s. And then as we get that high pressure shifting off to the east of the area, we'll see those winds shift more southerly, starting to slowly giving us a return to more milder temperatures for Thursday. Still cold though, with temperatures still expected only into the upper 40s as we go into our Thursday, with clouds increasing ahead of our next system anticipated for the end of next week. That'll do it for your daily weather briefing. We'll be back on Tuesday morning at 8:15 a.m. and at 10 a.m. Enjoy your long weekend.